Hello. Maybe oh, wait, can I make my camera big? That's really big. um, sorry, I'm gonna stop the music because I don't want any part of the stream to get muted for the future. Because if I play, I either have to play copyright-free music, and I'm so bored of listening to like free gaming music that I don't think I can listen to it anymore. So I'm gonna keep the music going for me, but not for you. So if you want to listen to music, be my guest. I guess, because I also hate when I watch a YouTube video and they have music and I don't like their music. So, welcome. Wait, I need to stop the ad break from happening. I don't know what's going on with that. Welcome. I hope that everyone who sent me files is here. For those who I also hope you can hear me. It says you should be able to hear me, but let me know if you can't. For anyone who doesn't know what's going on, I asked some of my followers to send me files, their blend files, so that I can take a look, maybe help them a bit, see what's going on. I asked them to give me some ideas of like how they want to improve it, and yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do. First off, is there anyone who's already watching that sent me their file? If you send me your file and you're watching, please comment and I will do yours first. Kiddo, okay, who are you? um, Forgive these were the files that I have so far. I'm not sure which one is Kiddo. Unless you were just saying yes to the general vibe. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pick a random one. Isa messaged me saying you're in the stream. Sorry, multitasking. Okay, then I'm gonna start with Isa, and then we'll pick up Layla afterwards, if that's all right with you both. Okay, I have to find your files because I already downloaded them. So, I'm gonna read these. So I asked people to send me some notes about like what is going on, what is up. Hopefully you can open my file. It's quite heavy. You have a 4070. Mine is a 3090, so it's probably about the same. That file is just opening up right now. Should optimize more. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you're working on still renders or like really simple animations, then it's like super, like you don't tend to need to optimize. I'm just gonna move the chat. Oh, no. Chat box. Oh, my mouse is glitching. No, I'm lagging. Okay, hang on. Wait, I have two blend files open. That's why. Shenanigans be happening. There's one other blend file that got sent to me, and it is crazy heavy, so my computer was really... Oh, wait, it's Eevee. Turn off, please. Okay. So I said, oh, my computer's gonna be fine. Yeah, it was also struggling. It's also like, depends how much RAM you have. Streaming also takes up a little bit, so whatever. So priority is realistic avatar textures, using cycles. Like, I also noticed this like when I made the switch between cycles, from Eevee to cycles. It also was like a little bit difficult. Also, I'm gonna try and spend about 30 minutes on everyone. We'll see. It maybe goes faster, maybe goes slower. Subsurface, yada yada yada. Environment, art style. Yeah, and the piece is already on the Instagram, so I will open that up and show everyone. I think it's... You'll see it when I open the file, but it's always nice to see. It's this one. I mean, it's super... I really love the textures down here and all this green. I would say maybe it's like there's a lot going on, so maybe I'm gonna work on that, but I think we should just get into it. I I love opening other people's files and they use different layouts to me because I always have to redig it. I really love a minimalistic. I mean, I love the kind of default layout, and I will just have this as like, and switch it to whatever I need, so I don't have everything all at once. I mean, if you had a bigger screen, maybe it would work. But yeah, let's have a look at what we can optimize immediately, because my computer might struggle a little bit. Yeah, I can't remember if you had it turned on or if I did it, but I always turn on the denoise in the viewport, because otherwise, especially with super heavy files, I find it much harder to see what's going on. I'm gonna click it to render region, which means it's only rendering the stuff inside, so it should be faster. I mean, sometimes to me it looks a little bit faster. And you mentioned skin textures first, so I think that's probably what we can work on first. And for this, what I normally do is, so I'm going to select all of the lights in the scene, but we also have 2 point lights here. Okay, 2 lights there, and then I'm also going to select not that, just the body, and then I'm going to press /. There they are. And this is going to give us, okay, the eyes look crazy. This is going to give us like a much faster file to work with. Okay, so you'll be able to make changes in real time. I should probably hide the boobs, because otherwise Twitch will start doing some stuff. I mean, to be honest, the skin looks really good to me. You've got a lot of extra textures going on. Like, it looks a lot more realistic than the skin that I normally kind of do, but I really don't think that is a problem. Like, this wetness here looks super nice. But let me see what you said about skin. Subsurface. Is there any... Yeah, I mean, we have some subsurface anyway. I think people tend to overdo subsurface a little bit, but it's like it's doing its job on the ear, and you have a little bit on the nose. I don't know if I would be tempted to bring it up at all. Wait, no, this is the... It's probably already too much. I mean, I will show you how I build my skin textures super simply. I don't even use all of the maps, but you have this extra like rain wetness, so it's probably better to keep it that way. Put this into the subsurface color, and then I do a bump. And also put this into the bump. It's so silly. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, but it does work. You'll see a difference immediately. So this is how I do my skin textures. And what we could do is a sort of, if you do want this super glossy look, that's kind of up to you. If you want to keep that, we can do like a mix shader and mix together my one and your one. And then we get both of them. Yeah, and I might just do this to the torso. Okay, we've already... Okay, this is different than the face. I would normally try and keep the face and the torso the same kind of material setup, because you're going to get this line like this, but I didn't notice it before, so it was probably fine with yours, but I'm just, for kind of like continuity sake, I'm just going to do the same. Wait, no, I copied the wrong one. What was the bump? Oops. Let's bring you up here. One in here. I'm not sure which is probably this one. Subsurface color. Base color. Yeah, now the highlights are looking the same. Hello everyone else that's joined. Okay, Layla is kiddo, so Layla, you'll be next, and then we can do Elliot afterwards. So maybe this way we get both. So these big highlights that I've added now sort of take over from the rest. I'm probably gonna leave it like that. You see how I did it. We can see how it looks in the rest of the scene if I press forward /. Like maybe it's too glossy right now. And with the eyes, I think the eyes look a bit bright. I think it's, it's always tempting to have the eyes really lit up. What I like to do is to try and get a tiny reflective, just like one reflection in the eye instead of them being overly lit. Like the wetness here looks good. I'm gonna check out the eye material. Let's check it with these two lights. I also don't know whether, if there's an ad break now, whether you see me or not. So I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything right now until I can see that it says there's an ad break. Okay, I didn't do anything whilst the advert played. Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off. It only lets me snooze them a few times. Because I am assuming no one can see what I'm doing whilst that happens. I'm just gonna hide these lights. Maybe work on the general lighting. I'm probably gonna hide the hair as well because it's gonna slow everything down quite a lot. I would say the scene is pretty busy. Like the bottom half of it in comparison to the top is like it's quite top heavy. So some of this really nice detail gets lost. Like I really love the snake. I just think maybe there's a way that we can bring it out a little bit. I don't know whether these long, they're nice because they kind of set the scene. I'm just gonna start hiding things to kind of strip it back to the bits that I'm really into. So that's part of the snake. Like maybe this green net, it's nice and it kind of balances the color composition. You have these really cool. Is this also part of the net? These, yeah, this is super nice. But it's kind of a bit all one tone. Okay, I guess this is an image texture. Like, I wonder if we have like a noise. God, I haven't done building materials from scratch for a long time. And then a gradient texture. Is this what and then a color ramp. Oops. No. It's funny, you get so used to doing the things in Blender that you know how to do. And then I want to do something else and I'm like, wait, how do I do this? Like I want these to be the colors. No, this has to go into the fag. Right? Yeah, like something just to give it a little bit of texture, depth. We can turn the scale up like this. Probably black is not the right, like a kind of more natural. Just so it's not so like bright, maybe? I don't know, but there's something. Maybe need some transmission so that I don't know why the light doesn't pass through. Because it's also emitting. Like it could also be a sort of glass. I mean, I love glass. I make everything shiny, so. Where did I put the hair? This one? Tell you what, let's keep it at 2 and still deal with some of this extra. Line transparent latex. I don't know what those words mean. Should I know what this? I'm kind of tempted to hide the flowers and the vines. I think this is part of the design of it, but if it's just the snake, maybe the flowers should be smaller. Okay, everything everything is subjective. This is completely only my opinion, but if you had like sort of smaller ones that were coming off, Because right now it's all fighting from the attention, for attention. And if the snake is like growing all these things out, snake could even be bigger. Does this have its own? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, okay, I see. It's on a spliney thing. I'm not gonna touch it then. Because this, it's not quite interacting with the person. So it has like an active, passive. Oops. Role. If I move this, does it move the? Yeah, a bit confused why the origin is down here. Strange. Okay, let's do some lighting. I want to not spend super long. I would also like I think the background is super gorgeous. But it's also fighting for attention. So I would maybe even drop it quite a lot down. What is that doing? And like making the background much darker, so the front is in focus a bit more. Okay, lights. I'm gonna turn all these lights off. What other lights are still going? We have a HDRI. Let's get rid of the HDRI. Okay. Oh, yeah. I just want to get it fully dark. Okay. So we got glow on here, glow on here. We could make, let's see, let's make it a little bit spooky. So I would always recommend lighting a face from like the biggest light from kind of away from the camera, so that whatever side is not facing. And the smaller the light you use, the smaller the oh god, it's so cursed with the with the eye. Let me get the eyes in here because I don't. Oh man. The eyes are not emitting anything, right? Yeah, yeah. Why did I put that light? Yeah, so I make one light that I like the, oh no, that I like the strength of. And then sort of duplicate it around to get everything else lit up. Da-da-da. Probably push this one. The origin of the scene is messing with my... I don't know how you reset this to be... There we go. I don't know, maybe we want the feet... Also, I would say, like, don't be afraid of having sort of weird shadows and things, because you also get that IRL. Then we want some more light on the face, so we'll go for a big old backlight. Maybe here as well. This is when, as soon as you start using backlights, it's when you realize that you've got way too much subsurface. Because this is looking very orange. But maybe it's alright. Let's see how we're looking at the main scene. Oh yeah, the snake as well. So I want to give the snake some... I think we can use your fill lights. I think they're good actually. This one, I'm gonna drop it. Just get some highlights. You know, maybe we end up putting it back in a bit brighter. Let's do a bit more on the face. I should have grouped these. It was a bit silly. And maybe it's kind of personal preference how much you want the face lit up. Like some people want the face to be super bright, because it's like the part of the model that you've spent so long on. But I think it's also good to think about like letting bits be. Wait, sorry, I can't multitask. Like letting certain bits sort of sing alone, and knowing when to leave bits darker is really hard as a 3D artist. So this is my trick to get eye reflections. Obviously right now it looks a little bit crazy, but that's because it's way too, oh lord, because it's way too bright. But you do something like this, just because, you know, sometimes you do a lighting setup, you get the really nice reflection in the eye, it looks super realistic, you have the soul in the eye, it's great. Like, if you can get this dot, it's really one way to bring up the sort of, soul, the soul of the piece. I learned that even in Hollywood films, they have special lights on set just to get this reflection in the eyes. So don't think that it's cheating. It's not. Like, it's valid and legit. I think this hair is kind of also maybe, you know, the thing with Daz hairstyles is some of them look really good, but this one has so much volume here. Does it actually fit on the head correctly? Yeah, it looks, but this is maybe also personal preference. I'm kind of, oh wait, where is the origin? You know, I kind of wanna roll it back. Essentially like that, and like bring it down, but I could probably sculpt it, I guess. I just ended up doing hair by myself because it's really hard for me to find Daz hairstyles that I actually like, I guess. I think the snake needs a similar treatment on its face. It's just come here, and then here, more on this side of it. I'm not trying to light the front. Oh yeah. And then the texture on the snake is super cool though. I really love it. Maybe it's nice if the light is sort of going through it. Yeah, I don't know, something like this. So the head is like, you could even have this. Oh, this is the same material. Okay, I see. Then I'm not gonna do that. I think the snake eye could be a little bit more red. Wait, how is it orange? Okay. Oh, it's because, maybe because this is strong. Are we in... Wait, did I not open this in the right version of Blender? Oh, wait, why I'm in 3.2? Okay, hang on. Ah. That's because I updated my Blender, and for some reason, when I updated from 3.2, it didn't put it in the... And I forget that it opens everything in the wrong one. I was gonna say, let's put it on with the AGX instead of the Filmic. Okay, screw you. We don't want you, this Blender. Now textures are missing. How? Okay, everyone's back. Right, so, the old Blender College Management is Filmic there's also the standard one. So Filmic is this one, but they now have this new one called AGX. Everything pops. Okay, the difference is quite subtle, but it handles lighting and color dynamic range a lot better. So I'm gonna put this back on Filmic. Color all washed out here. It's like there's no detail in it. AGX, it just the way that it reflects looks so good. You see? So there's an upgrade. Oh, the snake is so beautiful. What is this doing? I kind of wanna, is this like a Fresnel? I now have a missing texture for some reason when I opened it, but we can sort that later. I don't know why that happened. For now, what was this area like? Okay, that was that one. I'm just wondering about whether I bring back any of your lights for the background. Because I mean, I don't want to lose it fully. Maybe this is nice. I'm also now slightly wondering about... we have a close camera anyway. Okay, cool. This looks nice with the blur. I'm gonna do another camera. Let's see. Oh, it's kind of hard like this. think I just scrolled. Oh my god. This is really wide. I mean, that's what I would do. Have it a bit more mysterious. Maybe bring in some. Sorry, I can't stop myself. Okay, one more thing. You know, whack in a cube of volume. Get rid. Okay, now I have to. I still haven't really learned the new Blender 4. Like the material looks totally different. The principled shader. But this 0.1. Yeah, but I could spend another half an hour with the volume. I think for now we probably don't need it, but it's a way like if you want to brighten up bits or not. I'm going to quickly look at your render settings. Okay, you got the glare. That's cool. Love a bit of glare. Maybe I go more over these. My render settings. I do a different denoise. I whack it in here. That's how I do the denoise on mine instead of the one. This is like an older way. When they first introduced it, that's how you had to do it, and I heard it's faster. Wait, you also have a crazy amount of samples. You don't need that many. 200 would probably be enough, especially if you're rendering at a higher resolution. Like probably, to be honest. Well, actually, your scene is pretty heavy. Are you tiling? You probably don't need to use tiling for this size. Let's have a quick look. I don't think I'll let it render the whole way in case it takes too long. But yes. Wait, I've been taking too long. I have to move on to the next one. You've seen it. I will send you the file so you can have a look. Okay. Who did I say was next? I said Layla, right? Yes. Okay, so this project I've been waiting for quite a long time. I want to try to different fetch myself. I have 2 focus topics. Just finished Skin and Lips, but I'm not that happy. Something more realistic. Beads of Sweat. Nail artist, cool. What would be a good basis mesh to do that? So hair and eyebrows, we can also... So I use, like the character in the first one, so I use Daz Studio for the basis of all my characters. You can totally use this for a nail base. Like they have long nails, Daz. You can get like really nice shapes. So you don't have to sculpt it yourself. So I would just do that. I think that would speed things up again. And also, have you made this character from scratch? That's crazy. Because I'm not doing all that stuff. Like, it's important for people to know that I'm not doing everything from scratch. I think it was this one, right? I'm not doing everything from scratch, which is why I'm able to put out work at a much faster rate. But if I understand correctly, you modeled this all by hand, which is super impressive because it looks really good. Let's have a look. Hide these faces away. Okay, we got a bit of an eyebrow here. So let's think where to focus first. Let's change the color management over to AGX just for the hands for the face used to add on for Blender. Okay, but you still made this house from scratch. It's still great. Like, it looks really good. Could not do that by scratch myself, so props to you for sure. I mean, the nail shape, you wanted to paint the designs on them. Okay, so you have like an image here. This material is quite nice. Like, this material would look super nice in an animation because you have like these reflections. I would say the skin does look a little bit waxy, so let's see if we can fix that a little bit. Let's see. So, subsurface. Now I don't even know what the right settings are because of Blender 4. Oh my god. I'm gonna add a super strong backlight so I can see if it's even doing anything. I think it is, but let's see. I guess the scale of the scene is quite big, so we'll need much stronger. So material 2. Okay, it's the scale then. Okay. So we can add a little bit. Wait, we also need to turn on the denoise. Sorry, I'm also kind of tempted to open this in my older version of Blender because I don't understand the difference. The new subsurface settings. Anyway, I'm gonna save this and give me 1 second. Oh. Okay, no, I have to do it in Blender 4. I'm just gonna Google it. Bum, bum, bum. Radius. Okay, this looks like something I should just learn at some point. Dun, dun, dun. I'm trying to go off the ears. I mean, this ear looks right, but this ear looks totally. I mean, maybe it's something like that. Can we give these the same material as the face? Does it matter? It's generally easier if they... Oh, Okay. Again, I'm just gonna do so base color. I'll show you how I build my one. So roughness down, specular up, and then I guess like there's no skin. Let's see what happens if we give it the bump. Because you might have to do a noise. Bear with, I know it looks horrifying. But you can totally fake a sort of skin something like this. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this for now. And the lips, I would just give them the same. I mean, normally the lip would have a. Oops. Let's go back to this one. Give some glossy lips. Let me go back to what you were saying. So with the nail designs, if you want to do 3D stuff, kind of depends what you want to do. But you could do some really organic sculpting things. Like if we start with an icosphere. My friends are playing video games without me instead of watching my stream. You better be watching as well, Ian. Let's go for this nail. And then if we go into sculpt mode, you can immediately, let's probably get some kind of base like this. If you enable dynamic topology, not sure if it has the right scale. I forget which way this think the snake hook is a... Okay, this needs to be way... No, wrong way. Okay, yeah. So you can like immediately start sculpting some like really sculptural stuff like this. Like I would maybe think about exploring clay. So this is like clay sculpting. If you want to get more into sort of 3D designs. Yeah, I don't know. This is probably the way that I would do it. There's also a super nice. There's a new material. Sorry, I know it's like a really rough shape. There's a really nice. I think it's this sheen. So let's just go. And you can give like a material to. It's the replacement for the velvet shader, I believe. If the colors were actually contrasting, you would be able to see. Yeah, so it has this pink. You can choose how heavy you want it, and then the roughness of. It's kind of like a mix, so it's like a nice way to have this edge. And coat. I don't know, something like that. You can also go metallic. So I think playing with these are going to be nice for nails. These sort of materials that have the duo color reacting to animation. If you want to paint on them, so I actually don't do any painting in Blender. I normally paint stuff in Substance Painter. It's not free unless you do something naughty. But I'm sure there are free. You can paint in Blender. That's the thing. It's like everything can be done in Blender, just not super easily. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't fully understand how to paint in Blender. What happened to this one? Is this when you tried? Wait, was because of the shape of the nails? I guess I like just cutting into the. Honestly, maybe if your focus is just doing some nail stuff, like try get a DAZ model and use the hands from that, and then it's super easy to paint right onto those ones because the UV is already done. Because otherwise we have to like unwrap. Yeah, so you've got some stuff going on here. But I literally this is not something that I do because I am not making models, so I'm not the person to ask. Or his hair? Maybe we do some hair. I think you said hair, right? Beads of. Okay, ad break stopped. I wasn't doing anything, don't worry. So something about the letters, you also can do lettering in Blender. So you could do it in 3D and then curve it to, if there was a curve and you wanted to curve it to it, you can totally do that. So you just press tab and then you can, it was a K, I think, from what I remember. And then you have all of these settings in here. And to change the font, you have to kind of, I think, install. Yeah, you find your font folder. Yeah, and you can anything that you have in your font folder, you can also. Whoa, that's cool. That's kind of, I can't exactly remember how the one looked that you had, but yeah, then just place it on. It's like you can do things with textures. You can do them in. It's all the way over there. You can do it in fully in 3D, or yeah, do it in 2D. It's like you could also Photoshop it on afterwards. So it's kind of been a bit smart with your time and think about certain things that you want to learn. Oh, I'm getting lost. Okay. I mean, for now, I'm just gonna put it here so it kind of looks like it's on it. You could even, you could even have it behind. And then you've got this glass material. So if we had an emissive behind there, it's like going through. Maybe that's not as cool as I thought it was gonna be. Yes, probably. I think that's probably not. I'm gonna give it the same as this material. Yeah, so that's how, if you want to do lettering, that's how I would do it. I would just use the Blender text tool and plop them in. Okay, hair. I think we also have to move on soon. The new Blender has a new Blender I could show you. I haven't used it yet, but in the asset browser, they have all of this incredible hair stuff that I still don't understand how to use it because I'm stuck in my ways of using the old hair system. But I hear it's really amazing. But there's a few tutorials coming out about it now, but this is the future of hair. So I would, instead of like showing you how I do it, which is a bit wrong, that's not wrong, it's just I really need to switch over and I haven't yet. This is the way to do it. And you would end up sort of painting areas on here, so you'll have to like weight paint the model in terms of like where you'll basically be like, oh, here's where I want, this is how I do it, and I believe it's probably going to be the same, or maybe not. It's like, here's where the hair is going to grow, and then you can grow the hair, because right now you've got some curves going on, which also works, right? Is this? The thing is, I don't know. This looks like the new. I'm sorry. I'm really so clueless with hair, unless it's geometry nodes. Where are geometry nodes? Okay, it looks like you're doing that anyway, but I'm not even going to pretend I know what's going on with it because I only know particle hair. And in terms of lighting, we have HDRI, right? Yeah. HDRIs are great. I would say you don't need them most of the time. Yeah, so you were already doing this light for the eye. It looks great. I would just turn it from a square one. I'd make it an ellipse or a circle, so you get a circular reflection. And we can do the same for the other eye. Maybe dropping the size down a little bit, maybe the power down a little bit too, yada yada yada. And then this is just a point light. Point lights are great for kind of like filling out little bits, but I tend to try and avoid them. And use the point lights for like, oh, the eye reflection looks so good. Like you get the red eye. Crazy. The face is, we're gonna add one area light. Dun, dun, dun. This is gonna be for the face actually. Again, I'm gonna concentrate on this side of the face. Something like that, and then the hands, the hands are the star of the show. So let's and maybe even like focusing the light on the on these on the the nails on the nails instead of on the rest of it. Like I would always try and keep a little bit of the image sharp. Like I think that's also why the skin wasn't looking so realistic, because like it's really rare to see someone's face with like full flat lighting. So I'm just gonna whack in a background for you as well, so we can and maybe I'll just make it black for now. Yeah, something like this. We get a bit of light on it, and you can also yeah, whatever color you want, we can. If you make it metallic, it tends to be darker. If you make it more specular, you can have it sort of reflecting the light. But I really like see this edge light that we're getting from the big area one that I added. You could even, if you did want more light in the scene, sort of start to light up the side of the face here. Yeah. So something like that. Like it's a bit more of a sort of painterly lighting, but I think it really helps with the skin textures. Cool. All right, I will save it. Again, I will send you the file back if you want it. Yeah. On to the next one. Is anyone else? Who else is in the chat? Who's next? Who submitted? I can't remember. Elliot. I think Elliot said they were here, right? Yeah, okay. We go for Elliot next then. So your file was called Pete. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like maybe I should make an Instagram reel. My Instagram algorithm has been so dead. It's just not showing my stuff to anyone anymore. It's super... Oh no, what's going on with Blender? Pretty demoralizing. So I think I'm just going to start shitposting, doing some silly reels. But maybe I'll do a improving my viewers, my followers renders before and after. But is it lame? I don't know. What is going on? Let's Bear with. Let me. This is what I get for trying to open it. Well, as it goes, okay. Hey Harriet, here's my file. I've been working on it for months. Phew, I don't know how. For me, if I'm working on something for more than 1 month, I hate it already, and I just want to get rid of it. So I really try to work on projects for short times because otherwise, I can't do it. So props to you for working on something for months. That's really impressive. But that you've got the hang of. You're happy how it looks. Any feedback on that? It's a model of Pete Burns. I actually had to look up who Pete Burns was. That's me being an uncultured swine, despite being English. But I never watched Big Brother, so that's probably why. So skin. Okay, we're just gonna do the Harriet skin special then. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay, I want to do a grassy field. Text transform is just round up. Okay. The file is. Blender is not responding right now, but I had it opened before. Let me see if I have a. Okay. It's you. it's because it's an Eevee. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my computer, but my computer really struggles to open files when they're in Eevee. It's like no. That's my computer saying no, not. Okay, yeah. You know what I mean. Anyways, immediately off the bat, crop to render region, and denoise is on, but I'm just going to drop the sample to 1 so we can see a bit more what we're going. I mean, first off, I think this is beautiful. I like the background. I would say if you wanted to keep, I know this is a placeholder, what I tend to do for. Okay, so what is this? I normally for backgrounds do I'm just gonna turn this into one. I do like a what is the word? A computer? A photographer's like an infinity curve. Yeah, you see what I mean? It should be in circles, not even. Yeah, so for some reason, sometimes when the files get opened, they get messed up. Okay, so we got the infinity curve. I'm gonna grab it here. This way you don't have that like harsh. Oops. I have to find the ground somewhere like that. This way you don't have that super harsh thing. I'm gonna just move that down and object. Should smooth. Maybe we still see these, so we need to add a. See, they've. Where is subdivision now? Generate? Okay. Some people were really complaining about them changing the modifiers. And to be honest, I'm also a Luddite, and I'm like, yes, that was silly. So this way, now we have that like super classic background. Although the other plane you had was. Anyway, we're not here to do background. So, anyways, yeah, this file is heavy. But it looks great. The fur on the coat is tasty. All right. Do I have something else open? It's taken a long time. Maybe I should hide some. I'm just going to hide the coat. Oh, we hide the coat fur? Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before, like my. Oh, the hair is also slowing everything down. I'm just gonna hide it all. Yada yada yada. But now after hiding, the hair is great. I think you all did this too. Must be a faster way to do this. Okay, I should not have just done that. I think that's what was slowing down there. Okay, let's do the skin overhaul. and I will speak through it a little bit slower. Right, so, oh Jesus, subsurface, specular. The way I do it is the base map, diffuse only, that's all you need. That gets dragged into the base color. It also gets dragged into the subsurface color, but now I don't know which one that is. Like, where does the subsurface, does it go into weight? And then roughness down, normal, we do the bump map, 0.1, and then the same one goes into bump. And then we need the specular, turn that off. Okay, specular up. I think also if you use if using one, like a texture, a diffuse that's not so, doesn't have so much detail, then you also don't get the same sort of, like this should be really diffuse, but it's really smooth. Yeah, I think because there's not, in which case, I'm gonna steal one of my, it has to be a male map because where am I can't think, models, maps. Let's find, I must have, where would they be? G8 male. I'm trying to think when I've ever used the Genesis 8, like when I'm ever using male models. Because I know I have some 8.1. I don't think I have any, actually. Let's think. Because there's no subsurface color. So it goes into scale. Also the ears, we can give that the same as the face. So you can see the changes that are going. And the lips, unless you've changed. So I normally give the lips the same as the face, but that's fine. We will not do that, and we'll just rebuild it. There's something. The eyelashes. We can add a bit of specular to them, just so they're not like fully just black, so they catch a bit of light. Let me do a little bit of transition, because they're like super dark. I think that probably looks a bit cleaner. Okay, let's try the rest of. Let's try the torso. I have to change my song, it's too much. we just have one. Okay, we've got a few lights going on. That one is actually was turned on, but it's not turned on the render. But I think it's supposed to be on. Let's, I'm gonna do my own lighting. Okay. First off, let's hide this stuff just so. Ah, this is okay. I see what was going on with the background. That's cool. Okay, now I can see that the why is the subsurface so different on the face and the torso? Because I didn't plug it in to the weight. Eee. What did I even change this to? Okay, scale 8.5. Let's just keep it at that. Let's keep it like that for now and find my area line red. So I say that, you know, this scene is a lot smaller, so the lights are gonna have to be less bright to have the. It kind of just depends, you know, it's like the scale of the people. I mean, it's tall, but normally when I use DAZ, it's either really big or really small. And we get a big old backlight. I would say backlights are really great to use in 3D because you can't. There's an upbreak. Okay, I can finish my sentence. In real life, it's much harder to use backlights because they would normally be shining in the camera, you know? So in 3D, don't be afraid to just like whack them in. Like real photographers aren't using them because it's difficult to. Okay, and then we need some more on the body. Kind of want to highlight, you know, compositionally, you've got this hand, you've got the sword, face, like they all want to have little moments to shine. So you want to focus on getting like a really nice shadow on the hand, because hands always have interesting shadows. Does it sound strange? No, like I feel like it should make sense. You can also put lights in things. I'm gonna bring it more here on the fingers. Like here on the fingertips, I think I quite like. What's this? Ah, it's that thing in the background. We can keep that. I like the feel that it brings. The question is, where did I put my... the plane? Okay, so your floor plane... So your floor plane was shiny. Let's see what... I love this material, actually. Let's see how the background looks like if we just... Also cool, also cool. I like this dot that we get here. Still need some more lights on the face. Generally, like big lights for less dramatic shadows, smaller ones for slightly more dramatic shadows. I'm going to do this one just to soften the shadows a little bit, and maybe a bit of a fill from here, but much darker. You want some... Where do you want the highlight on the sword? Probably at the end, right? Okay, and then I want to do some lights to light up the background, which is also generally important. It has to be much stronger. Not that strong. I don't think I actually like that one. You know, I might even go back to the version that you had. I thought it was actually... I was very confused, but now I understand. I understand what was going on. But I've changed this. Okay. Oh well. We'll keep it how it is for now. Let's put the hair back. Yeah, so now we've got a nice... It just goes so slow as soon as I do on here. Fuck it, let's make the card cook. So yeah, the thing about backlighting is it also makes fur look really tasty. This is gonna take a long time to render, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there for now. What I can maybe recommend is, it kind of looks like the skin is a bit airbrushed, but I think that's because the texture that you're working with is like that anyway. Let me have a look at it. Looks like Cruella. Yeah, for anyone who, like me, also had to look at Pete Burns' Big Brother. There we go. There's the reference. I mean, it looks great. It really looks like them. What was I gonna do? I was gonna look at the... Yeah, so this texture is... there's not much. Like, there's not much here in terms of bumps. But, you know, maybe that's the vibe. But if you want, like, more of like a kind of, like... I don't know how to... I don't have the words to describe it. Then you need more, like, texture in the skin one. But I think in general it looks so good. Maybe I'd best add a texture and substance painter. Yeah, you can add texture and substance painter. That's what I do. But you can also like find another. So I don't know if there's. I use Skin Builder. So what you can do is you can switch male and female. So it only exists for female. It's on sale. For some reason, it only exists for Genesis 8 female, but there's also a UV. I don't know how to describe it. Something like a UV switch, so you can turn, like male to female, female to male textures. Because the way that the UV is different. I don't know why. I think that's kind of crazy that they did that. But yeah, someone else made one. And this is such a great resource for like really quickly generating the base texture of skin. And it has like a range of skin tones. You kind of have sliders of how dark you want it. I will say the darkest in Daz does look dark, and Blender it often doesn't look so dark. So if you want to get darker skin, you might have to like Photoshop it a little bit. But it has like, yeah, you can change these bits to be different colors. You can get all these extra details. Like the blotches and the fine detail are so good. It's got like freckles, veins, age spots. Definitely not the wrinkles, but yeah, stretch marks. The bikini lines are fun too. And you can do eyes and eyebrows, but the eyebrows are obviously like baked into the texture. Yeah, things always look more textured in Daz. They always look more textured in the like look dev version than it does in Cycles. UV Gen 8 melt. It definitely exists. Because I have. Okay, here we go. Great illustration. Yeah, so you can put male textures on the female body and female on the male. Which is great because I find that often the male figures have more texture and like more interesting textures, and the female ones sometimes have less interesting ones of the characters. But this one is great for building your own. So now you know. Anyway, that's as far as I'm gonna take it. I think it looks gorgeous. Keep going. I think it's gonna look great. And also, if you wanted to do mountains with grassy field environment, then Botanique is what I use. Botanique. Wait. If you if you do decide to get it, I have an affiliate link. I literally, okay, I'm not making any. I mean, I make a tiny bit of money if you get it from it, but it's very silly. You might as well if you're gonna get it. It is expensive to get the full one. It's also on sale right now, I guess. But you don't need the full one. Like you can Well, okay, so the full one is $90, but you can get the light one, which has half of everything. And it's crazy. Grass, yada yada yada. There is also Grasswald, which I don't know if it's free. It's free? Well, maybe this one's better then. But they're all competing with each other. These are the two that I know. I have friends who use this one. I use Botanique. I think they're both good. If Grasswald is free, use Grasswald. Okay. Next. Is there... Who else is here? I'll just go to Mapping Mauri? I actually not sure how to pronounce that properly. So, didn't manage to finish one mostly because of background and textures. Believe something is off. Been struggling with body, eyes, and hair. Okay. And the file was called MM. Let me go back to the notes file. Give me a second. Okay, let's first off I have to make this look like my... Ooh. No. What is this normally called? Properties, yes. Okay. Let's take a look. This also looks like quite a heavy... You all love to send me heavy files. Messy? No, see, this is how I am. If I ever was to send a file to someone, I would really have to I don't know, whatever the word is, make it ready. Loading render kernels. Don't know why it's doing that. Let's give it a time to think about it. I mean, it normally does this render kernels thing the first time you open a new version of Blender, not a new file, but oh well. It's always these things I'm like, how long do I wait? Or maybe I try open a different version of Blender. Yeah, let's try. Let's try in... I'm actually not sure what version this is. 3.5, okay. Depends if it will open, depends what version you are running actually. Okay. Again with the kernels. I don't know. I never had it take so long. Okay, maybe it's because it's a new scene. But I opened it already. Earlier today, I opened all the files just to check them. Well, I will actually give it 5 minutes this time instead of being impatient. Maybe it's a super heavy scene. All right. Gonna go look at things on Twitter. Maybe the skin texture is too heavy. See, I think when I opened it before, the skin texture was fully white. And it didn't have... it didn't have any skin textures. And I wasn't sure if that was correct. Actually, I forgot to ask you. It could also be because these files are packaged. So it might be a little bit slower. It also could be because I'm loading them off a different hard drive. I can't remember if I also have it in my... I could try that one of my downloads. Oh, it's doing something. It's now updating shaders. Okay, updating mesh. Oh, here we go. And now it has skin textures. Okay. That's so strange that it looked different when I loaded it in before. I mean, no, the scene is... It's not so heavy. It's actually fine. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, first off, again, everyone sent me work that looks really good. That I didn't even... I think most of these actually need improving. Let me double check what you had said before. So, body, eyes, hair. Body, eyes, hair. Okay. So with Daz hairstyles, which I am assuming this is. Yeah. Oh. Let's try hide these. I'm just gonna join these meshes together. So they're not all... Oh no! Oops. What happened? See, now it's giving an error. I wonder if that's something else. I should turn off the plants. That would make the scene. Let's, wait, are these all separate? Did you place these all individually? Or are they scattered and somehow editable? I want to turn... Where is... I also haven't updated Botanique in a while, so this could be why it's struggling. It's separate because it's the only way you found to change color. There's a way to change the colors. You have to make them editable with Botanique. I'm just trying to hide them. And I don't understand why. Because these are really slow down everything. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna press H on that. And on this one. Unless someone knows a better way to do this? No. See? No. Okay. I don't know how you select everything below it. And why hide in the landscape doesn't hide all of these. Hide that. Scroll back up. And this one. It will be fine to unhide them at the end. Okay, hopefully this now is not killing my CPU, right? Mullet hair. Let's try join that again. Oh my god, please don't crash on me. You want to... What? I never had a file crash like that on... Alright, I'm gonna stop doing that to it. Maybe my CPU is dying, guys. Yeesh. I kind of just wanted to make it easier to see. Never mind. Oh, no, it has to do the render kernels again. It's super strange. I'm sure it must be because I mean, I never had this with my own files, but I think it's maybe something to do with the packaging. Because it's like all these files are maybe 2 gigabytes, so. I'm sorry about all of the sitting around waiting. I wonder if anyone... Blender 4.0. Every time I open a file. I mean, my drivers should be fine. Maybe I should unpackage the file. You also struggle with the slow loading. Something with the skin choices. It's, no, I'm sure it's all of these things in the the Botanique stuff. I think it might be that, to be honest, because that really weighs down the system. And when I'm reopening it, I don't know whether it's if it's like it has to get all of these. Thankfully they're hidden, so they. I don't actually know what it means, loading render kernels. But do you have? So in your file on your computer, you have this loading render kernels every time. Do I understand that right? Because that's not normal. Sometimes, it's really silly, but sometimes opening a new instance of Blender and just like copying everything in the scene and pasting it in. It's going now. Copying everything in the scene, pasting it in, and just like redoing the render settings manually can sometimes change weird bugs that happen in files. Like if you're working on a file for a really long time, then it can sometimes just quirky Blender things. Oh, and now I'm frozen. And now I froze for a bit. A legal address. What does that mean? A legal address in CUDA? But I'm not using CUDA. What is going on? This is very strange. We might have to call it here. To be honest, it's also been 2 hours now, so it's been a while. To be honest, all I would do with yours is I think the skin was looking nice. The thing is, skin usually it's like it can be a material issue. It can also be a lighting a lighting issue. So like, if you're not if you're not setting up the lighting like exactly, if I say correctly, in my opinion, what looks good subjectively, and like if you're not setting it up in the same way that I set up, then you're not gonna have like the same skin look that I have, like even if you had the material built the same way. And so making sure that you have like back bit of backlight, and then this side that's not facing the camera is better, is like more lit, and then yeah, a little bit here. You can also, that is not a rule that you have to stick to, you can also break that rule. But I think I'm gonna give up. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to reinstall my drivers, and I can check the file another day and have a look at it again for you. But maybe I just do the stream again, and maybe instead of packaging the files, I get people to send the maps in a folder, but just making sure that they're all there. That could be maybe better. Because my computer's a few years old now, so, you know, it's not as sprightly young'un that it used to be. Yeah. Yeah. I think we call it. If I'm probably gonna go play some games. But let's yeah. Okay, right. Goodbye everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sending, well, let's make the big camera. Thank you for sending me your files. There was also another one that I didn't get to touch yet. But the file that CDART sent me is like insane. My computer can barely open it. So I think that I probably have to leave that one alone as well. But yeah, I hope everyone had fun. It's kind of strange, like people sending me work that looks so good that I actually don't really think needs many changes. So yeah, thank you for your trust as well. So maybe I'll do another one soon.